10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good luck, studio.
497.
Darling, it's the Shy Life podcast.
Yes, but it's a positive thing.
You won't find a cast of characters like this everywhere.
Hello, Paul.
I'll go anywhere for a potato.
Delicious.
This particular episode of The Shy Life is a little more abstract than usual. Okay, looks like the hairy guy is ready to record. 3, 2, 1.
Go Shy Yeti.
Oh, I hope he hasn't found out my secret. Do you think he has?
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Shy Life podcast with me, Paul the Shy Yeti. How are you doing? Oh, I'm all right. This episode I'm going to tell you a story. It's a story about old friends getting back together and how perhaps it doesn't always work out. I was going to say it's not a friend of mine, but yeah, I guess he was, but he was more of a friend of Cromity's. A gentleman called Gulliver Tremaine, who appeared with us all in Sutton Park back in the day. We lost contact. I mean, I lost contact with Cromity for many years. I only really met him again at the very start of the podcast, like sort of 5.5 years ago, having not seen him for many years. And even then we weren't, if you remember, we weren't sure if he was a little bit sinister, Cromity, at the start. He was up to something, but anyway. Sorry, Cromity. It's okay, Paul. I admit it. I was going for a bad period. I think you saved me. No, Cromity, that's lovely. Anyway, we're going to run a theme music. When we come back, we're going to tell a story, as I said, about Gulliver Tremaine and how we reunited with him. But I'll tell you more about him as well before we start. So anyway, run that theme music, and when we come back, we'll get going. All right.
It's time for my old buddy, old pal from across the channel, across the pond, Paul Chandler, the Shy Yeti.
He's not that shy. Oh, it's the Shy Life podcast. Yeah.
All I wanted was a pie, and then I hatched out of an egg.
Okay, bring the mic over. He's ready to record.
It's the quiet ones you've got to watch, you know.
Is it metaphorical? Is it deep? Is it deep?
Boy, he's not all that shy. It's right.
Blimey, Governor. It's the Shy Life podcast.
If you thought that was bad, just listen to this.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for it to begin.
It's the Shy Life podcast.
He's positively glowing.
It's all gooey and meaty and yum, 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 yum.
So, Cromity, what is there to say about Gulliver Tremaine? Well, Paul, he was part of our team, wasn't he? Quite a well-brought-up gentleman. Quite an aristocratic fellow, really. I guess so, yes. Quite heroic. I saw him a bit of as a sort of hero. It's quite possible you've actually heard his voice on the show already, because, he will have been in episodes around the time, any episodes you hear Cromity's voice from like 1995 or something. Tremaine will probably be around, but there was quite a gang of us, wasn't there, back in the day, back in the Sutton Park days. Yes, Paul. Well, Gulliver was definitely one of the key players. There was, of course, Valgard, but he was sort of, he started off as a baddie and became a goodie. Yes, Valgard. You probably heard him as well, listeners. And then, of course, whatever happened to Gorgongast and Ramesses? That they were brothers, that they were kind of like, they were the heavies. Oh, Paul, they were more than that. Yes, of course they were. I'm sure you've heard them too. Then, of course, there was Little J, and well, anyway, there were all sorts of characters that you've heard on Sutton Park. And maybe we'll have some clips, but I'm not sure if I can trace down an episode with Gulliver, but we'll see. So, right, let's go back to the start, because this goes back about, was it before the start of the pandemic, or was it during it? You decided that you wanted to contact him. When was the last time you saw Gulliver? Oh, goodness. Well, all things were going on. It's difficult to pinpoint dates. Probably I'd not seen him as long as I'd not seen you, Paul. So a long time. Obviously, plus, the 5 years on top. Yes. So it had been even longer. So you tried to contact him. Probably say, listeners, that this initial attempt to contact Gulliver didn't necessarily go to plan. Is that fair enough, Cromitty? Oh, yes, Paul, it did not go to plan. Well, I did some research. I went on Facebook, I went on Twitter, I went on a number of things. Of course, back in the day, I remember there was that Friends Reunited. Did you ever go on that, Cromitty? Oh, I don't think I did, but I did hear about it. It's very easy to lose track of people, even if you're the sort of person who keeps in touch. It does take two people to keep in touch. And anyway, you went on Facebook and you found Gulliver Tremaine. Well, that's what I thought. Yeah, but it wasn't him. It wasn't, no. But did you not see a photo? Well, I did see a photo, I think, but it was of a dog, and there were a few other photos, but they were very bad, very blurred. That sort of thing happens quite a lot, doesn't it? Yes, Paul. It's amazing, really, in this day and age. I remember, back in the day, people used to put photos and they weren't very, very good, or they were blurred because the cameras on people's phones weren't very good. But it seems weird these days if somebody has a photo and it's like really poor, because it's so easy to get a photo these days. But you say that, but you never know what people's circumstances are. Anyway, so what happened? Well, Paul, I contacted Gulliver Tremaine, the Gulliver Tremaine that you saw on Facebook. Yes, Paul, I contacted him. We chatted, and he was weird. Weird in what way? Because he didn't remember you? No, Paul, because he was quite keen to chat, and it was one of those things where you talk to somebody, and you're just starting, well, it feels like you're just starting the conversation, and then just as you're about to ask a big question, or maybe you even have asked a big question, they go dead. I mean, not dead. No, I understand. Yeah. I've often had those conversations with people where you're starting a chat and you just think you're getting to the really quality bits of the chat, and then they don't reply. I'm the sort of person, if somebody sends me a message, usually I reply quite quickly, and I like having a chat but not everybody does. You don't know what people are up to. Maybe they've agreed to watch a film with a flatmate or a partner, or they've got to go and cook dinner, or they've got to go and do something with their kids or their cat. But this Gulliver Tremaine, well, yes, it was a bit like that, but I don't know. I kind of genuinely felt that it was him. Although every time I tried to sort of ask a question about, have you heard from Gorkenghast and Ramesses, or people like that, or like trying to refer to things that happened years ago, or mention you. Yes, I wasn't getting sort of very focused answers, or he'd answer like, oh yes, that's cool, oh yeah, great times. It was very weird. Later on, I realised that, it was probably more about the free dinner that I had asked. It was probably more about the free dinner that I had offered him. Oh, yes. This must have been before the pandemic, because you went for a meal. Yes. I can't remember why, but you couldn't make it. I think either my leg was playing up, or... No, it was before that. Maybe I was on holiday myself for my birthday, because we went to Colchester. It was around the time, I think, that I was away with Toby, because Callum was still in the house, and yeah. But anyway, you went to meet him. Yes, I went to meet him, and it was, It was quite, well, I guess we had a good lunch, but it wasn't Gulliver Tremaine. Oh dear. Quite distressing. Yes, quite distressing in a way. I felt like I'd been scammed somehow, or I was on some sort of strange date. You went by yourself, and thinking about it, we shouldn't have let you go. We should have, sent Yeti Uncle John with you or something. Well, yes, I I remember that there was a bit of a discussion at the time. Oh, what, between you and Yeti Uncle John? Yes, I think we never said as much, but, well, Yeti Uncle John and I, we have a certain relationship. We have a certain, frisson. Oh, right, he was jealous. Well, in his own way, yes. So where is it you're going today, Cromitty? I'm going to meet an old friend, Gulliver Tremaine. Oh, I don't think I've heard about him. Well, no, I've not seen him in many a year. He was a friend of Paul's as well, kind of, back in the days of Sutton Park. Oh, right, another one of your crowd. Yes, thank you very much. So, how come you haven't seen him for so many years? You two fell out? No, not really, but I guess we all drifted at the end of Sutton Park days. I did not see Paul for nearly 15 years, maybe more. Oh, well, yeah. Sometimes I don't think that would be a bad idea. Well, what, Yeti Uncle John? Well, not seeing Paul for 15 years. Oh, Yeti Uncle John, you're mean. Well, I'm only joking. So, you and this Gulliver, were you ever an item? What? No. Gulliver's just a friend, a colleague, a compadre. No. Yeah, I was a little bit more straight in those days. Anyway, we don't have to talk about this. I have to go and see him. Oh, right then, well, you sure you don't want me to come along? I think it would be a bit strange, because he doesn't know you. But maybe another time. I mean, it's a shame that Paul isn't about. Yeah, well, you have a nice time. Don't do anything I wouldn't. Oh, dear. My goodness, that leaves me quite open to doing all sorts of naughty things. Yeah, you're right, shut up. Oh, God. Oh, dear. You two, you do have the weirdest friendship. I know. It's what it is, hey? I wish he wasn't in Shame Jail still. Well, it won't be much longer. He'll be out soon. He might be a changed man, Paul. A changed man? In that he doesn't misbehave himself? It's a nice idea, but I can't see it happening. I think we might get a more focused Yeti Uncle John back from Shame Jail. I'm not sure we'll get a non-naughty Yeti Uncle John. A non-naughty Yeti Uncle John. No, I can't see it happening. So what happened then? You went to meet Gulliver. Well, that's what I thought. But when I got there, listeners, remember I told you that Gulliver was sort of aristocratic. He was quite well-spoken. Well, I get to the pub. The Gulliver Tremaine, or the guy that says his name is Gulliver Tremaine, who is there, well, he's quite different. Oh, yes, I remember.
All right, Governor. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you.
Yes, lovely to see you, Gulliver, after all this time.
Yeah, Governor, yeah. Oh, so lunch is on you, is it?
Yes, of course, for old time's sake.
Yes. Oh, cool, blimey, yeah. All right, well, I think I'll have the lobster. Actually, I'll have a starter. I'll have the prawns. Yes, the prawns, the lobster. There's a thing here with, you get to have 7 different desserts. I'll have all 7 of them. And, come here. Cromitty, we ought to have champagne.
Oh, champagne? Yes, why not? 7 desserts. Lobster. Okay. Right, that's cool. That's cool. Oh. So, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to?
Yes, since I last saw you.
Since you last saw me?
Yes.
Oh, listen there. Where's that lobster?
You have to order it first. I'll go and sort it out. Oh dear, champagne. I can't believe it. Oh, Cromitty, that must have cost you an arm and a leg. Oh, it almost did. Oh, he got so drunk that he fell down in the car park and nearly got run over. Oh dear. He pulled me down. I got a strain in my arm. But, oh dear. So it was quite clearly not him. It was quite clearly not him, no. The wrong voice, the wrong face. Had no memory of me whatsoever, but was trying to pretend that he remembered me, but only in such a general way. And of course, because I had mentioned your name, he was saying things like House Paul and all that sort of thing. But he didn't know you. It was not him. He must have been called Gulliver Tremaine. Because you found him on Facebook. Yes, I think he was. I don't think he was targeting us or anything, but would be more careful. It put me off, and then the pandemic, and, well, you know. Yes, yeah, well, I suppose you had a nice lunch. Well, I didn't even have a nice lunch. I was so worried about how expensive it was going to be. I was worried that I did not have enough money on my card, and I just had a very small salad, and I could barely eat it. And as for the champagne, he was knocking it back, and I barely got a thimble full. Oh, Cromitty. So, listeners, what happened next was that, you know, I knew that Cromitty had been in touch. Well, I knew that he had met Gulliver Tremaine, and it wasn't him. And he didn't want to pursue it anymore after that, did you? Well, no, not really, but because of everything that happened, and, you know, we were busy with things. Yeah. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, well, he must be out there. I'd like to track down some of the others, but I thought because you particularly were friends with Gulliver and you tried and it hadn't worked out, I thought, well, I could, I'll try and track him down. So I did some research, and it wasn't necessarily that fruitful to start with. But one way or another, about 6 weeks ago, I did make contact with him. Cromitty knows this. But you did a good job. And, well, I eventually made contact. And this time, it seemed to be him. He remembered me, obviously, and he remembered Cromitty. And we were talking. I tested him on a few things, and he was, he wasn't based sort of nearby. But he said that he would be coming down to London. I think he's sort of back up in the Sutton Park area. And he said he'd be coming down here and we should meet up. And that's what we did, didn't we, Cromitty? Yes, Paul, we met him. So we arranged to meet him, and we did that a couple of weeks ago. That's right, Paul. And this time, well, how would you say it went, Cromitty? I don't think we should tell the listeners. We should let them, listen, and we'll comment later. Yeah. Well, actually, before we do that, I want to share with you some Sutton Park, just to get us in the mood. I'm not sure if Gulliver or Cromitty will be in the clip. I'll try and sort it out. I'll be in it anyway. So we'll play you that. When we come back, we'll tell you what happened when we met Gulliver Tremaine Mark II, or the real Gulliver Tremaine. Please, Paul, go on. Let's play the clip.
Hello again, listeners. It's me, Cuthbert. This Sutton Park clip comes from episodes 1083 and 1084 from late October 1995. Paul is holidaying with his family on the island of Lanzarote, but little does he and his gang know that their enemies have followed them there. You can hear Gulliver Tremaine speaking to Clive the Clock towards the end of the clip. He's the one with the slightly posh accent. Anyway, do enjoy!
Very peaceful in this cactus garden and everything. Beginning to rethink everything. I mean, maybe this place isn't so dangerous after all. Cromitty says he hasn't met any danger so far. Maybe this was a part of Sutton Park, but there's no reason to say that it's dangerous anymore. Maybe there isn't anything dangerous. Maybe. But somehow, I'm not so sure. Well, I don't think there's any danger here, do you, Graham?
Where's the cactuses?
Well, only if you sit on them. You sort of enjoy that kind of thing, don't you?
Oh no, it grabbed my leg.
Grabbed your leg? I'm sure just imagining it.
No.
You've got a fever?
No, it grabbed my leg. This one.
I'll get away with it then, it might be a snake.
A child.
Oh, hello. How you doing?
Ramesses.
How you doing, alright?
Hey up, my kid.
Oh, yeah, you're in, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, here comes some
What's happening, our kid?
Some people are coming a bit higher. Pass auf, wieder anders.
Hello. Hey,
you see that there is no problem.
Hello.
Stop it.
Hello.
You see there is no danger at all.
No danger except the cactuses.
Yes.
The cactuses.
You're hot and sweaty. Look, I am hot and sweaty now.
Yes, you've got to put his hand up your ass. That must be very painful. I pity you, my friend.
Don't be so foolish. He is disgusting,
but you love it. Here, flying cubby. Here, flying cubby. Here, flying cubby. Yeah, that one's called Wilma. That's Fred. That's Doreen. That's Alfred. That's Herbachine Forschneich the Fourth. That one there, you see.
We don't get into it. I'm trying to zoom.
They're probably camera shy. That's probably why they don't focus.
There's loads of crabs down there, aren't there? The Garden of Eden, viewers. Maybe it's a bit too idyllic, don't you think? Yes. It's not evil enough here. Darn. It's hard to believe anything could be evil here. It's so beautiful, eh? Oh. Do you believe Cromitty might be right? Right. Oh, they're out. Down the beach somewhere. Right. Conceal myself. I can, yes, do my business. Disable Clive once he returns. Meanwhile, down at the beach.
It's 5:42 p.m. It's 5:43 p.m. It's 5:43 p.m.
You did ever so well, Clive. Yes.
It's 7:29 p.m.
Yeah, you were ever so good. You were. You did some excellent swimming, viewers. Yes. You did some excellent swimming. I'm just going to pop and get a drink. I'll be back in a minute, Clive. Just remembered I've still got Ramesses' neck scarf. I said, I wonder if he'll want it back. Maybe it's not mentioned. Now it's time to strike. I think I have confused his wires enough. Yes. Asriel will be pleased with me. It is not Asriel I work for. What am I thinking, Katrine? Yes. Anyway, I hope you'll be alright, Clive. It certainly is. Oh, here comes my friend. Goodbye. Anyway, Clive, what was I going to say? Clive? Oh, good grief. What's done this to you? Clive. Oh, good golly. Good golly.
Hello, my friend. You're a lovely person.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Hi. You probably heard the bad news about Clive. Whilst we've been having a good day and everything, Clive's been having a good day, or we had been having a good day, until a few minutes ago, or well, half an hour ago, Tremaine turned up and found he'd been sabotaged. At the moment, he's got very little power. We've been trying to charge him up via the batteries.
It's 7:56 p.m.
All he'll talk at the moment is time. All he'll do is tell the time at the moment. Clive. Hello.
It's 7:56 p.m.
Oh dear. We were going to stick around. Well, Cromitty and just the time, you see. Cromitty and Ramesses are staying back to do some work on him tomorrow. Cromitty's going to assist Ramesses. Ramesses knows a bit about electronics and stuff. Anyway, I didn't really want to go out tomorrow, but well, we thought we'd better perhaps have a look around and see if there's anybody lurking around in the area. It would seem as if someone has sabotaged Clive. It could be just passer-by, a thief or something, but
Hello, Martin.
it doesn't seem like it is.
Glibble what?
Oh dear, it is awful what had happened to Cromitty. No, I am Cromitty. It is awful what has happened to Clive. Oh, silly me, oh dear. Oh dear. I shall look after him, and Ramesses can do some work. Oh, don't you worry, Clive. We'll get you sorted out. I got this, we will. We'll get you sorted out. Oh dear. Dear.
Alarm on. It's 12:00 p.m. Alarm off. It's 12:00 p.m.
Oh dear, I feel so awful about this. What I can't understand is why they were so clumsy. Surely they could have sabotaged Clive in a way that would have looked like, well, it had been an accident or something. I can't understand it. You can't believe this. You fool, Mullet. It just shows what lackluster stock Katrina is producing these days. Can't believe that you had that chance to sabotage Clive and you did it in such an obvious way. You could have done it like an accident. Now they know that someone is after them. Now they know that someone is about. Oh, you do need my assistance, I can see that. Oh dear. Oh dear. I didn't think it was that much time and oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, blimey.
I hope you enjoyed that clip. I'm sure it was very good, Paul. Of course. We met Gulliver a couple of weeks ago, and, well, I mean, this time I was pretty much sure it was him, but, I mean, I'd even talked to him on the phone, and, were you there that day? Did you talk to him? Very briefly. But yes, I was convinced it was him too. So we invited him over to the house. It was having a rest-up day. Martin and August, they were out shopping for a new easel or something, and August wanted Martin's opinion. That's right, they were doing something like that. Toby had made a wonderful buffet, and he'd sort of done that, then he'd gone out to do something as well, so Dealey was there, of course, but kept himself to himself. Toby's got a new duvet, and Dealey's obsessed with it. Oh, Dealey loves the duvet. The new duvet is his favourite thing. So yes, the doorbell rang, and it was the time that Gulliver was supposed to be arriving. And then, well, we opened the door, and, you couldn't mistake his voice. No, you could not mistake his voice. It was the old Gulliver Tremaine. But things weren't quite right. No, Paul, not quite right.
Oh, Paul, he's here. He's here. Quick, let's open the door. You do it. I'm nervous. Oh, you really are playing up to your Shayeti image today. That's fine. I'll do it if you want. No, I'll do it. Gulliver, how wonderful to see you. Oh, hello. Oh, it's wonderful to see you. Oh, Cromitty, it's been so long. Paul. Oh, so great to see you. Oh, Gulliver. Oh, golly. You don't look you don't look a day over when I last saw you. Oh, nor do you, Cromitty. Oh, how funny, you two living together. Weren't you out of touch for quite a while? Oh, yes, we were. But, we've been working on this podcast now for, about 5.5 years. Oh, how wonderful. Oh, how nice that you could, renew your friendship. It's so great to see you both. I'm so glad that Paul made contact. Well, Cromitty had been mentioning you, and I wasn't sure where you were based, but, how's life in, Sutton Park? Oh, much the same, except for all of the sort of crusading things we did back in the day. Yes, I keep myself to myself, though, so, things aren't what they were. Not in a bad way, so, yes. I don't know if we should even mention this, because, we only just invited you in. Please do sit down. We'll have some food ready probably in the next 20 minutes. Oh, marvellous. Thank you, yes. Oh, dear. Would you like a drink? Oh, I'll wait until lunch is served. I had a coffee on the train. Marvellous. What were you going to say, Cromitty? In the last few years, we have had some dealings with Control Incorporated. They weren't called that back in the day, but I'm sure you remember the Controller. Ah, yes. Oh, is he still about? Well, yes and no. It seems that, I don't know what it was like in our time, but the Controller, it is like a position, and it changes, and the person who is the Controller continues. So I think they're much more business-related rather than Sutton Park-related, but unfortunately, Paul's long-lost cousin Algernon is the current Controller. Could you believe it? Oh, my goodness, Paul, I'm terribly sorry about that. How did that happen? Oh, I don't know. He was just very ambitious, I think. We're beginning to even wonder whether he really is my long-lost cousin Algernon. It's all very weird. I briefly worked, was supported or managed by Control Incorporated before I realised their connection with the Controller, and then I left, and they've not been that happy about it. It's not like the days of Sutton Park where a monster would turn up in your house. It's more subtle things. It's not pleasant, but
well, hopefully over time it'll fade away. Oh, Paul, I'm terribly sorry, yes. These things, these people, there's so many bullies out there, aren't there? So many bullies. Yes, anyway, some of our other housemates might be joining us. They're also on the podcast. Did you get round to listening to any of the episodes I sent you? I did, Paul, yes. Who is it lives here? Yeti Uncle John. I don't believe I knew him. He's in Shame Jail. That's right, yes. Then there's Sniffy Martin, and he works with you, Cromitty. Well, yes, kind of, but he does his own things too. He does a lot of sniffing. Ah, yes, right. And then there was, August. They're one person. Yes, August Evans. Yes, August Evans. Yes, August. Hello. Oh, so this is Dealey. Yes. Oh, hello, Dealey. How are you? Sorry, this is Gulliver Tremaine, Dealey. He's a guest. He's just come for lunch. We used to know him years ago. Sorry, he's not very sociable. It's August Evans. Yes, he used to be Damius Trinklehorn, but he's an artist. It's a long story. You don't need to. They're out at the moment anyway, but then isn't there Ick the Alien? Yes, you may not see him today because he's resting up. He's due to give birth any time now. Dealey, you can come and join us. You don't have to go in the other room. Oh, he's so cute. What's he up to? Oh, I don't know. Toby, our other flatmate, he's out at the moment, and I think he might just be cross that Toby's gone out. But anyway, we need to go and serve up the food. So feel free just to relax. We'll be out with it. In the next 5 minutes. Cromitty, could you just help me with something? Oh yes, I'll help you with something. Just a minute. Gulliver, I'll be back. Oh, fine. No. You do what you have to. Very nice flat. I do like it. Much more space than you used to have. I've been here over 20 years. I mean, gosh, I think I was still recording Sutton Park when I first moved here, but I can't remember if you were... anyway, I'm back in a minute. No probs, absolutely. Oh, well, it's nice to see him, Paul. Yes, if you could just help me with this. Cromitty? Yes, Paul? Is there something odd? Something odd? Paul, is always something odd going on? No, but with Gulliver, I mean... He sounds like Gulliver. Oh, you must have noticed it as well. I think I may have, Paul, yes. He sounds like Gulliver, but he doesn't look like him. You can't explain that. Due to, aging? No, Paul, I suppose not. Oh, dear. So what are you saying? He's a spy? It's another Control Incorporated prank? I'm not saying that. I just don't know how to explain it. I don't like to mention it. I mean, he said how similar we still look, which is very kind of him because I don't look anything like I did when I was in my late 20s. But you haven't changed much though, Cromitty. Well, thank you, Paul. But I'm just concerned. What? Oh dear. Do we say something? Well, I guess we could. Why don't you go in there and have a conversation with him and just kind of mention old things from back in the day, just to test him. But the thing is, if he's a spy, he may have been doing all his homework. He can't possibly have done all his homework. Not to that level. I guess not. Okay, I'll go and speak to him. Go on. I'll be out in a minute. Paul is just finishing up. He'll be in a minute. He just wanted me to come in and, there's no point in me being in the kitchen. I should be here speaking with you. Oh, yes. Wonderful. Oh, yes. Do you remember, when we left Sutton Park, when we weren't in Birmingham anymore. We're not that far here from where we lived. I think in a couple of different places. Oh, yes. It's kind of the reason that Paul stayed in the area. Yes. Oh, it was Camberley, all the woods. They were Sutton Park related. Yes, Camberley, well remembered. Well, I lived there with you. It was, and then we moved to Woking, didn't we? Yes. We were right, round by the museum. I don't remember there being a museum. We were near the leisure centre. Oh, yes, of course, the leisure centre. No, the museum was not built until much later, and it was further up. But I remember we used to go to the pub. Oh, yes, the Lytton Tree. Yes, you remember the Lytton Tree. I do. It was demolished, wasn't it, I heard? Yes, it was. And then there was the Sovereigns just up the road. I heard that got burned down. Yes, it did get burnt down. In fact, Paul and his friend, Wifey Joe, used to go to the Sovereigns to record the podcast. But obviously, it was a newly built version of the Sovereigns. That's such a shame. It was such a nice old pub. I believe it's quite nice now still, though. Oh, that's good. I just need to go and speak to Paul, see if he needs any more help. Oh, right, yes, sure, great. You must tell me more about what you've been up to. Yes, I will, yes. Well, what did he say? Did you trick him? Well, no, but as I say, he was, he remembered Camberley, and he remembered living in Woking, and he remembered, I tried to trick him and say we lived in a different part of Woking, and he corrected me, and then he remembered the pubs, and unless he has done his research, it does seem to be him, but, well, I mean, I've only asked him a few questions, Paul. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we are. Oh, dear. Well, all right, I'm just going to go and get this food ready and bring it out. Oh, is that Martin? That Martin coming back? He's not having lunch, is he? I thought he was out. Yes, he's with August. Oh, hello. My name's Gulliver Tremaine. I'm just here for lunch. You must be Martin, and you must be August.
Oh, yes, I'm August. Very nice to meet you, Gulliver. I've just got to go and take these supplies down to the lab. I'll be back in a minute. Hello, Gulliver. Huh. Wow, you don't look anything like your photos. Oh my goodness. Oh, Martin, why did you say that? Oh, gosh. Hi, Martin. Had a nice, wherever you've been? Oh, yes, I was just saying to Gulliver, he doesn't look anything like he did in those Sutton Park episodes you were showing me the other day.
Well, there might be a reason for that. Yes, it's been a long time, Martin, a long time. Yes, many years. But, yes.
Oh, no, I mean, you just don't look like yourself, Gulliver. Have you been on a diet or doing yoga? Cromitty does yoga.
Yes, I do yoga. Oh, well done, Cromitty, yes. Look, sorry. I'm sure you're wondering. No one's mentioned it until you, Martin. These two are just too polite. What, are we? Too polite about what? Oh, about what? I don't look anything like I used to, and there's a reason for that. There is? Well, when I moved back to Sutton Park, I couldn't go back looking like I did when I was a freedom fighter, could I? So I had plastic surgery. And I don't look anything like I did in the late 90s. And all the better for it. and I'm safe and nobody comes after me. Oh, I never thought about that. No. Oh, gosh, of course. I mean, you couldn't have lived in Sutton Park looking like you did back in those days. No, of course I couldn't. No, ridiculous. But anyway, that's the answer to that, Martin.
Oh, right. Well, yeah. You had a good plastic surgeon. You do look much younger as well.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Martin. Anyway, where's his food? Oh, yes. Just about to serve it up. Martin, are you and August joining us?
Oh, we'll come and have coffee, but we've already eaten.
Oh, right. Great. Anyway, so Gulliver. So, Gulliver, tell us some of your news. Oh, yes, I will. Where shall I start? Golly. Well, I suppose if we go back to the early noughties, that's when I kind of moved back into the area. But of course, I had to have, find some way of making myself look different. But anyway, I had a contact, and it was all quite, the marvelous thing is I didn't have to pay a penny. Anyway, wonderful. Listeners, before we continue, I think it would be good to share with you one last Sutton Park clip this episode. Yeah, so, okay. Oh dear. We've got to go and have this meal now, so, yeah, whilst we're doing that, enjoy this clip.
Hello listeners, it's me again, Cuthbert. This Sutton Park clip jumps back a few months to the very start of 1995 as Paul heads to the city of Bath and a number of other locations. The clips this time come from episodes 716 and 717. Please do enjoy them!
I've searched everywhere. It's gone. It's been stolen. This is not good news. This is not good news at all. That box, which we didn't know what was in it, has been stolen. Would have been useful for us in Sutton Park, because that's all we know. It was sent to me by Phil, I think, as far as I remember, for my birthday. Of course, that's not my only problem, of course. Going back to Birmingham, I've got to think of course, Robin. He's been sent to he's been at home over Christmas and he's going back to Oxford and they're looking after him in Oxford. I think he's got away from, they managed to get him away from that other place that was very dodgy. His parents actually intervened. The people who kidnapped him, obviously running some dodgy, centre or something, had him locked up, but his parents managed to get the police in and they brought him out. That's why they had him for Christmas. They had him down here for Christmas, but oh dear, they're trying to get through. Of course, I heard that the Harry robot's no more. An estate agent went round when they've been trying to sell that house, but of course it hasn't had the best reputation in the last few years. What with the Fulton family going downhill and everything. And an estate agent came around the other day and found some bits of the robot all lying everywhere. It was disposed of. The robot is no more. Really angry about this thing being stolen. But I'm going to Bath tomorrow to see George and Gavin. That's where they're at the clinic. But I also wonder what happened to Graham. Should be on his flight by now. Should be off flying over to Argentina. Oh dear. Let's hope he's okay.
These seats are crap. Look at them.
Graham is on the
shampoo here.
Graham is on the plane.
Pantene.
It is a very old plane. Was made out of a converted bath. He is on his way. He is on his way to Argentina. Yes. Do you want to go to Argentina? Take you to Argentina.
No, I don't want to go to Argentina. No, I don't like Argentina. Somewhere cool. I mean hot. Not Argentina.
Careful, you're gonna crash.
Not Argentina. Let me back to Argentina.
As I say, I hope he's all right. Hope Gray's okay. Anyway, I'm going to go and see George and Gavin now. Hopefully they'll be okay. It's probably the last time I'll see them for a while, because of course I'll be back in Birmingham. Anyway, I shall go and see them now. I shall see you in a bit, probably. I shall probably see you in Bath. Not the Bath, the place Bath. Yes. George and Gavin.
Ho, ho, ho. Coming to see us, is he? Then I shall lay a trap for him. Yes, he shall be very welcome here.
Yes, yes, he shall be very welcome indeed.
Hello viewers, it's me, Whitey. We came to Bath today because we heard that Paul was coming here. We think he might be in big trouble. We had a tip-off. But we don't know what sort of trouble it is. We must stop him though. Something awful might happen.
Hi viewers, hi. I am in Bath. I went trying to get to the clinic, but they're only open at certain times. It's very annoying, very wet as well. Anyway, I'm going to head to the clinic now. Yeah.
Oh, stop. Yes, stop.
Hey? What? Who called? Who's that? Blimey! Whitey, Blackie, what are you doing here?
We've come to warn you about something terrible.
Oh, what's going on? Hi viewers. Oh, got back. It was so lucky that Blackie and Whitey turned up. They just turned up like that, shocked me. On the way to George's and Gavin's at the clinic, there they were. They said, don't go any further, there's danger. They didn't know exactly what the danger was, but they took me to this cafe and we sat there and they talked and they said what they'd heard. They'd heard rumours that something awful was going to happen to me. And there was some plan. They didn't exactly know what though. So of course the main problem was I didn't get to see George and Gavin. But, well at least I'm okay. And goodness knows if I got to Gavin's and George's, what the plan, the trap might have involved both of us. We might all have ended up dying.
Those meddling things, they've ruined our plans.
Do not worry. We shall get our revenge.
Well, Gulliver, it's been so lovely to have you come and visit today. I'm sorry for the slight confusion earlier. No, Paul, of course, I understand. Oh, it's been great to see you. Been great to see you, and you, of course, too, Cromitty. Oh, thank you, Gulliver. It's been so wonderful. I hope that, we can stay in touch now, and maybe, we have each other's phone numbers now, so we can chat. And if you're down here again, yes, and if you're up in Sutton Park or in that area. Well, the funny thing is, we had planned to be before the whole pandemic business, but we were going to be staying in Ironbridge. That never happened. What a shame. Hopefully, maybe another time. And, yeah. Well, that'd be wonderful, Paul. Of course, there's always room for you in Sutton Park itself. I know, but, well, as much as... I think I'm sort of nervous about going back. I haven't been there for so many years. Yes, I understand, Paul. I feel much the same. Oh, well, you might find it's changed. Maybe. Anyway, you're always welcome. You're always welcome to pop in and, yeah, do keep in touch. I will, yes. And good luck with your podcast. And hello to your lovely cat, Dealey. I'm very glad I got to meet him. Yes. Oh, well, I'm glad you got to meet him too. He's a funny fellow, aren't you, Deals? Yes, he's being all quiet now. But he's very cuddly, I must say that. He is, yes, very cuddly. Anyway, yeah, right, well, I'll let Cromitty walk you to the station. Oh, yes, I'll do that. I've just got to say goodbye to the listeners. Oh, yes, goodbye, listeners. From me, Gulliver Tremaine. Old friend of, yes, anyway. Yes, listeners, that's right. So, we are running out of time. I hope you enjoyed the Sutton Park clip. I hope you enjoyed our reunion with Gulliver Tremaine. We used to call him Tremaine. We used to refer to him by his surname a lot. But, don't know, we've been calling him Gulliver a lot this episode. I think perhaps, we're more relaxed. It seems weird calling someone by their surname. Maybe it was a very 90s thing to do, I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and we've got another one coming soon. We've got plenty of episodes in the can, and getting ever closer to episode 500. So, yes, lots going on.
He was nice, Paul.
Yes, he was, Martin. You should go and say goodbye, because we thought you were down in the lab.
All right, I'll go and say goodbye. They're heading over to the station.
Yeah, yes, they are. Okay, listeners, say goodbye for now, and we'll speak again soon. All right, bye for now. Bye-bye. So it sounds like it went okay, Paul. It did, yes. There was a bit of a funny moment where we were wondering, was this Gulliver? Because, but he seemed to know everything about us, but he didn't look very much like his old self. And he'd had plastic surgery. He'd had plastic surgery because he's still living in Sutton Park and didn't want to be remembered. I don't know if he has a new name, a new personality when he's up there. I'm not sure. Maybe that's why we were calling him Gulliver more. Maybe not so many people know him by his first name. Well, I'm glad it went all right, and Cromitty was very pleased to see him. Yes. I think they'll be keeping in touch. I mean, I like to keep in touch, but I feel that Cromitty and Gulliver, well, they were perhaps more friends. I'm not saying we were. Anyway, you know what I mean. I know. Yeah, he's Cromitty's friend more than yours. Well, to a point. But in fact, I think that they've been on the phone about twice since he left. So, I don't know where he was off to. I don't know how long he's down in this area. But I'm just glad because Cromitty's missing you, Yeti Uncle John. And he's got Martin, and he's got, me and August and Dealey, and it's you he's missing. Oh, I wouldn't think Cromitty misses me that much. No, he is missing you. And maybe having Tremaine to talk to is it's a good thing. Yeah, well, you can always call me. You can always come visit. You can all come visit. Yes, I know, and we do intend to, and, you know, it's just easier to talk to someone on the phone. Maybe there's a lot going on. I don't like to leave Ick for too long in his current state. Yeah, well, I suppose. Anyway, I can hear the theme music. Is that what I'm hearing? I think you are. Yes, we ought to go. Oh, well, I just wanted to let you know it went all right. I'm grateful. Oh, I'm very glad. Yes, good. It's friendship. Friendship's important. Yes, absolutely.
I gotta go now. Bye. Gotta go. Bye.
Goodbye.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network. Find more shows over at pride48.com.
Oh dear. What's going on now?
Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Let's go.
I have a voice. I have a voice.
You have a voice.
You have a voice. We have a voice.
We have a voice.
Unique voices in podcasting.
UnivazPods.net.
It was so wonderful to see you, Tremaine. I'm so sorry we were wondering. Well, you were wondering whether it was me. Well, I should have explained, shouldn't I? Not only have you not seen me for a long time, but you didn't know about my little change of appearance. But, well, you know, there's a lot we don't know about one another, Cromitty. But I hope now we're back in contact, that won't be the case. You know, we can catch up on each other's lives. Yes. You know, I know Paul isn't keen, but if you do want to come and visit me in the park, then you'll always be welcome. And in fact, you know, I think you'll find things have changed a lot. The little community I live in, it's pretty much, you know, not part of everything else that goes on there. Things aren't like what they were in the 90s. They just aren't. Yes, I know. You have said, you know, if you come and visit, you might even decide you want to come back full time. What do you mean? You might decide you want to come back and live in the park. Oh, Gulliver, I'd be happy to visit, but I don't think I'll ever want to move back up there. Oh, you don't know until you come and visit. No, but I'm based with Paul. The podcast is a big part of my life, and I have friends here, and you know, there is so many things that we are doing, and I have responsibilities, you know. Oh, I see. There's someone special, huh? Someone special that is down there. You don't want to leave them. Well, Paul is special. Don't know, you know what I mean. A romantic interest, Yes, I get it. Somebody special. Come on, tell me. You can tell me. Well, there's definitely many special people, and maybe there are one or two romantic possibilities. But it's not. It's complicated. One or two, eh? Blimey, you are busy, Cromitty. Oh well, you know, whatever. You just know the offer is always there. If you decide that you want a change of scene, then just let me know. I will, Gulliver. I will, but I don't see anything changing at the moment. There's too much connected with me and my life here. Oh, very well. I understand. I don't think I could leave even if I wanted to.
Oh, I think that was a wonderful episode, don't you, Toppy? I sure do. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hello listeners, this is our last show of 2021, so I just wanted to say thank you for listening and to wish you a happy new year. Our next edition, our first of 2022, will be out very soon. It is a special episode starring Paul and Jay the Hunt Cub, along with the regulars and a few special guests. See you then. Lots of love. Kiss. Kiss. Kiss! Exclamation.
Oh, kitty, kitty, dearie. Purr, purr, kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh, I love Dee.
What the hell just happened on this show? I mean, seriously, reverse it, because I lost... What's going on? What happened?
Well, gotta tell you, I didn't expect that.
496.
Dills is looking. Who are you talking to? No, I'm talking to the listeners, Dills. Yes, I can still cuddle you and talk to the listeners.